Yo guys, what is up? Unlimited Resolve here, also known as Ty, bringing you another video. And this one's actually, it's only been a few hours since, a couple, 2-3 hours since I did the second Unlimited Rants episode video. And yeah, so I'm back, and I have a few topics that I wanted to just sort of go, delve a little deeper into, and I'm still, so this is still kind of like introducing myself. I've got a few videos trying to introduce myself. I think I'm going to introduce myself for a very long time. And I'll probably, put them up on days where like I don't actually have a topic. So yeah, this might come out tomorrow. It might come out the day after or the day after. It's like the Tuesday 25th. But this could probably come out on the 28th or 29th or even 30th if I don't have anything good for tomorrow or the day after. I'm gonna try and do like one video a day. It's kind of what I'm aiming for. I need to put on the light, so give me a second, guys. I don't think I'm gonna cough that much during this video. I think my coughing has gone, which is awesome because I don't like coughing, and I'm gonna stop moving away from the microphone so much. So I'm back. Sorry about that. So yeah, I'm not gonna move away from the microphone too much, and I'm actually gonna put this YouTube thing down here so I don't accidentally click on it whilst I'm like doing a podcast thing. Anyway, actually I should probably mute it just in case. Okay, so I kind of don't know which topic I'm gonna do today. Right now rather. I have like a few. I have minimalism, art / manga, writing, health and fitness, technology, and future plans. I think I might do future plans, or no, I know what I'm going to do. Okay. So it's kind of like a draw my life, but it's like talk my life. So yeah, I'm going to do a sort of talk my life. So as you guys know from yesterday's video, or I guess number 2 from Unlimited Rants number 2, that I'm a 20-year-old guy that dropped out of university, and I'm currently not in education, employment, or training. But yeah, I had 20 years before that though, so I kind of want to go through there. So I kind of grew up as the eldest son. I grew up. There was me, my sister, who was born like 3 years later, and then 3 years after her was my little brother, and then that was pretty much it for a long time. So I went to primary school, got a bunch of friends, went to secondary school. And I think secondary school is where the story actually kind of picks up. I mean, in like primary school, the only like huge thing that happened was I got fat, and that's about it, I think. Yeah. So yeah, primary school, got fat. That's it. All right. Secondary school, kind of a lot of stuff happened in secondary school. What was I gonna say? Shit. God damn, I had something, guys. I swear I had something. But yeah, so secondary school. Okay, so very early on, I think year 7 or year 8. When I was like 10 or 11 or something. I or like 11, 12, I think. No, 10, 11. When I was 10 or 11, I there was this substitute teacher that I can't remember his name. It was like something with boot or pen or something, and he came in and he was teaching sort of like a substitute art lesson, right? So our teacher wasn't there; she was ill or something. So they got a teacher in reserve, and he came out. And I've never seen this guy before. I don't think I think he was basically one of those guys that sort of just popped in just in case, like one time ever. And he taught us about manga. In art class. This was art class. He taught us about manga, and from then on, I pretty much just drew insane amounts of manga. And I was gonna make it a career path, and I still might make it a career path. I think I probably will. I'll do like a self-employed thing. But anyway, and I started drawing a lot, so that's when I got into art, like hardcore. I didn't really have any hobbies. I didn't do sports. I didn't do martial arts or anything, even though I wanted to. There's a bunch of things that I didn't do. But yeah, so art was my first hobby, and I was okay. I would say top 10% in my class or whatever, which is pretty good. I was like top Okay, I guess out of 50 people, it was like top 5 or something, right? Maybe even above average. Okay, above average. I wasn't like, Anyway, so yeah, and that's when I got into manga slash anime. Really, really hardcore. I started a Naruto, got to like One Piece and Bleach and all those, and then it just sort of escalated from there. I realized I didn't like watching as much as I liked reading, so yeah, I just started reading, and then around that time, my baby brother was born. I remember. He was the most adorable little kid in the world. Oh my god, he was really cute. He was kawaii as fuck, as some people would say. But yeah, he was really adorable, and you know, almost 3 years after that, he passed away, unfortunately. And at that point in time, I sort of made my life like, okay, I'm gonna make a promise. I'm gonna promise him that I'm gonna draw, like a graphic novel or a manga that's at least 100 chapters or something ridiculous. And that's kind of like from then on it was like, yeah, I'm gonna live my current dream out because you couldn't live yours, kind of thing, right? So that was it, and then that's sort of when I wanted to become a manga artist. However, ever since then, I have this block that I just I haven't drawn seriously since then, right? Since I was like 14, 15 years old. And I'm pretty sure his death affected that. I'm not entirely, I'm pretty sure I had a big part in it, and it I don't know, man. Like, it's really affected my artwork. I think like right now I would have been so godlike in art if I continued it properly, and I'm still gonna do it and everything, but it's still kind of like I don't like wasting time, kind of thing. Like I like similarly to that of weight loss, I could have gone back and I would have been like, like like if I started 10 years ago, I would have been so much different now. If I started 2 years ago, I would have been so much different now. If I continued 2 years ago, I would have been so much different now, kind of thing. And that's kind of where it is, but yeah, anyway, around that time, I picked like a bunch of stuff from my GCSEs, right? So I picked history, media, art, and I think it was history and IT, because you had to do IT, which I understand now why you had to do IT, because it was so freaking good, because it's like super important now. But yeah, history and IT, media, you had to do religious education and citizenship. So media studies, art, history. I think those were the only 3 you will like. I think you only got to pick 3 total. I don't remember. Like if I had to pick another one, I don't remember it. Anyway, so yeah, I picked those 3 as my sort of specialist subject. Media was creative, art was creative, and then history, because I really liked history. I thought history was always cool. I should have done language. I really wish I had picked a language now, because I love language so much. So that would have been awesome. But anyway, then I got pretty good grades, right? I got passes in both IT and art. Even though I would have gotten much better, but like after my baby brother passed away, like it was during that time, like we sort of went into a new topic entirely, and I missed like in a week. So I was like, wait, what's going on? And it wasn't really explained to me what the topic was until like really super late, like even though I asked, and then apparently like just don't goddamn know what it was. So I was like, oh shit, what's this shit? But yeah, and what was I saying? Damn. So yeah, I got pretty good grades. Like I had like, like you wouldn't be super impressed, but you'd be like, oh, like that's above average, or like that's about above average. I think I had above average grades. I had like all B's and C's or passes or whatever. I got passed in IT. I would have gotten way better in IT, okay? Like, my teacher, who ended up being like my tutorial teacher, really hated me for some reason, right? Like, when she came to our lesson, like it was like a month or 2 months in ahead. Like we had already started 1 or 2 months ago, And this was like near the beginning, and we had all our shit, and then she arrives and she's like, okay, everyone's gonna restart because I don't know where the hell you guys are at. And it's like, okay, we'll restart, whatever, right? So we went to, and I aced like the first 3 tasks, and then there's only like 2 more tasks after that. And in the second lesson, I was kind of confused. So I put my hand up. First, I called her, and she was like, "Look, you have to put your hand up. This is the rules. This is how it happens." So I put my hand up, right? And in that lesson, this was like during the beginning of the lesson. In that lesson, it's like a 15-minute lesson or something, like an hour lesson. In that lesson, you know, 80% of it I spent with my hand up. Like, my hand was up for a long time. Like, my arm was killing me. And I kept putting my hand up, and I was like, and then people would put their hand up, and, they'd call out for her, and I'd do the same, and she'd be like, no, you have to put your hand up, blah, blah. But, she'd go to other people that would call her, whatever. Like, she broke her own rule. Apparently, like, she really, really hated me or some shit. And she ignored me, like, straight up ignored me for 2 whole lessons. Like, the person next to me was like, have you had your hand up the entire time? I was like, yeah. Like the person next to me wasn't even my friend, right? It was just like, we just sort of sat next to each. I was like, yeah. She's like, whoa. Like, do you want me to call her for you? I was like, nah, she'll get to me when she does. And this was like when I was really naive and I was really nice. But yeah, she ended up being she ignored me for like 2 whole lessons. That was not good. Like, I was so far ahead of everyone. Like, me and like 2 other people were like super far ahead. Everybody else was like at least like 2 lessons behind us, right? And in those 2 lessons, everybody sort of caught up, and some people surpassed me, whatever. But yeah, like, I just hated her, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do bare minimum effort in this lesson now. And that's kind of the person I am. If you wrong me, then I will, like, if you wrong me, and in an academic point, like, if you messed with me in an academic point, or if you just were like full of shit, I would just not give you the time of day. I would give up in your lesson. I wouldn't give a shit. This happens later on. I'll explain this later. But yeah, like, IT, I should have gotten like a merit, easy distinction. I think easy distinction. I could have gotten. I think I got a merit in PE, like physical education. I think I actually got a merit. I may have gotten a merit in IT. No, I'm pretty sure I got a pass in IT. And then I got a pass in art, which was really unfortunate. But, it was considered, like, to me, getting a pass is a C, right? This is, like, everybody is smart enough to know this. It's like, distinction star is A star, distinction is A, merit's a B, and then a C is a pass, right? Because you passed, so it's a C. A D isn't a pass. It is a pass, but it's like a, like, a C grade is obviously, like what most people look for. D and E is still passing, apparently. No, D and G, excuse me, because D and E, yeah, D and E are still passes. They're just really bad passes. Like, you've written your name on the test and you answered a question, pass. So yeah, and when I went to college, I originally wanted to do maths, art, media studies, and philosophy, I think. Yeah, these are really weird subjects. And they wouldn't let me into art. I didn't have a portfolio for it. That was one thing, because apparently, like, my secondary school sucked so much, and they were like, oh no, you can't have your art book because we need it until like October, which is too late to show my portfolio. And it's like, you should have told me there was a portfolio thing. I had no clue about this portfolio thing at all. But then I just made a quick one, right, and I just gave it in, and that's I'll explain it a bit later on. But yeah, I did art, media. Actually, I think it was like 2 different art subjects, philosophy and maths. That's what I thought. That's what I think it was originally. But I couldn't get into art, right? Because apparently a pass isn't a C grade equivalent, which makes no sense. Because it's like, yeah, it is. A pass is a C, and it's like, no, you need a merit, and it's like, that's a B, but it says here you need a C grade equivalent, and it said C grade equivalent or higher, right? It didn't say C grade / merit or higher. It said C grade, which is a pass, and it was like, this school has wronged me so much already. Like, right now, it's wronged me. So F you guys, right? So, and then, of course, I hold a little bit of love, but I hold a lot of distrust in the school, even now, you know. So I was like, okay, whatever. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna apply for something else. And then they're like, you know, what do you plan to do for university? I was like, nothing. And they were like, whoa. Like, the teacher actually looked at me like, whoa, what? I was like, yeah, I want to do art. I didn't get into art. I don't want to do anything in university now. And they're like, oh, okay. And, you know, first they denied me without looking at my portfolio because it was all about grades. For some reason, I don't know why you would judge art on grades. I'm gonna go on a rant about that next. Because I want to mention my sister in it. And they're like, oh, okay, wait a second. And then the woman, she went away and she was like talking to somebody, and they're like, no, come back and show your portfolio, and we'll judge you on your portfolio. I was like, cool, okay, awesome. And then I went to this other teacher who was like a career counselor, and she was like, you know, you have really good grades, you should probably do maths and something. I was like, yeah, cool. So yeah, those were the you know, apparently they still denied me on my art, and they didn't call me back. And then, like, it was enrollment day, and I got like 3 hours late or something because they didn't tell me, or like, no, I joined a day late because they didn't tell me anything. Like, I was waiting for them to tell me if I got in or whatever, and they didn't. So then I went back in again, like a day late. Like, it was like Tuesday, and they started Monday, and I went in Tuesday, got my shit, I got my lesson, you know, whatever. And I went to philosophy. That was my first lesson. I remember walking in and I saw a bunch of guys. There were only like 2 guys or 3 guys in the class, and then there was like 10 girls or like 10, 12 girls or something. But yeah, I joined the class. That class was awesome, man. Philosophy changed me. Like, actually, like, this personality that I have right now is all thanks to philosophy. Like, I used to be like super depressed, super emo, like really like, you know, whatever. I was super quiet as well, and then I went to philosophy, and that changed me, and I'm gonna talk about that later. But anyway, so yeah, so I got into philosophy, media studies, film studies, and maths. And I was hardcore into math. Like, I loved math, you know. I think that if I didn't do anything else, I would have done math. And then my teacher wronged me. She was basically a very bad word. She so she has this like certain method she did stuff, and I was like, okay, cool. And then she blamed us for being behind, like doing the, and she was very like uptight and very I'm better than you all, snooty kind of, just a very bad word. And she like was very extremely Could you guys please stop freaking beeping, you assholes? What are you? What? Wow, there's a huge line and stuff. Whoa. Okay, that's pretty. Wow. Okay. So yeah, she was very snooty, very disrespectful, and I didn't like that. Like, I don't care who you are, right? If my dad was disrespectful to me, I'd be like, I'd be pretty pissed, and I'd be disrespectful back. Like, I don't care who you are or who you think you are. You know, I treat you the same way you treat me. That's how it works. Okay, that's how it works. So I just started failing. Like, I got, like, my first test came in, and philosophy I basically flunked. Like, philosophy was like super hard. Like, nobody in our class got higher than a C for the first test, and only like 2 people did or something. It was ridiculous. Like more than 70% of the class like got U's in like the second lowest grade, E's, and it was like, whoa. Holy crap. And it was super, like, this was the easiest exam I could have possibly ever done for philosophy. Even now, there was no easy exam, and I flunked it, and a lot of people flunked it, and it was ridiculous because halfway through they changed the curriculum. Anyway, this was meant to be like a quick life plan thing, and now it's just gone into a rant about something else. This is why I'm calling it Unlimited Rants. It's just because I rant halfway through, even if I don't want to, or even if I don't plan to, rather. So yeah, philosophy was super freaking difficult, man. Anyway, my math teacher, yeah, she was really disrespectful. I got an A in my first math test, right? And it was worth like 30% of your grade or something, like 40% of your grade. It was like low. It was like 40%, and then your next one was worth like 60% or something stupid. So yeah, after my first exam, right? So like 2 months in or something, you know, I enjoyed the class or whatever. She worked us like a dog. But we got the results that we wanted, and we did really well. But then she got really snooty and really disrespectful, and I was like, okay, okay, I'm not even gonna try a new lesson anymore. And then I gave up. I was like, F this, whatever. I'm done with you. So then I planned to drop that subject. You know, I was like, F this, screw you, like whatever. And then I got like a D overall. Like I got like an A and then a U or something. It was really really bad. Actually no, there were 3 tests. I think it was like 20%, 40%, 40%, or like 30%, 30%, 40%, or something ridiculous, like something weird like that. But yeah, so I flunked the next 2 exams, didn't care, and I got a D overall, whatever. Philosophy also got a D in the first year as well. I think media and film studies, I think I got C's or B's. I think B's. No, I think C's. I loved media and film so much. I love philosophy too, even though I flunked it. I like those 2 subjects. The teachers like were amazing. Even the year after, amazing, awesome people. In fact, it was my in my second year, my tutor was actually my media studies teacher. He was awesome. He was a badass. Like honestly, like he was really cool. And he's the one that sort of pushed me to go to university. And I was like, okay, I'll do it. And yeah, and in my first year media studies, I believe, or second year, I think, no, first year, the animation tutor who there was an animation workshop of some kind for media studies, and she would basically be the reason I went into university. She single-handedly got me into it. I did okay in terms of grades. I got like really crappy grade. I think I got CCDD or something for my grades. Really bad, guys. Ugh. I thought I was gonna get like B's for like media studies and film studies because I thought I killed the exams, but apparently I didn't. I thought I was gonna get like BBC and then D or something, but I got like CCCD or CCD. No, CCCD. I think. I don't remember. Pretty sure I got like 3 C's in 1 D. Fairly certain, yeah. No, it was CCD. Shit, it was CCD. Damn. I got D for philosophy. Damn, dude. I thought I got a C. But yeah. Media studies was great. Philosophy was probably the most important lesson because it actually legitimately changed me and everything about me, basically. Like super important stuff about me, like basically got changed. And now I'm much more rational. I'm much more like, I think a lot more. I'm not afraid to be extremely blunt with you. I'm also not afraid of criticizing you. If depending on the blah blah context. Yeah, man, philosophy was amazing. Like if you had to pick one subject to do, pick philosophy, man. Or like if you pick 3, like make sure philosophy is one of them. It's amazing. But yeah, man, it was awesome. My film studies was awesome. Media studies was awesome. I dropped math for the second year because that's how it works. You pick 4 subjects and you drop 1 in your second year. Or you can keep it. You can actually keep it if you want. I know my friend did, and he killed it. He killed everything. Oh my god, he whooped ass. Good job, him, man. He's a badass. I really admire that of him. Whoop. I'm gonna take a sip of water real quick. You guys can probably hear that as well. The little swallowing, gulping sound. But yeah, man. So I got into university. My animation, the person who came to do the animation workshop, she was like, oh hey, you're really good, like wow, have you thought about doing animation? I was like, nah, I love art and I wish I could do it. It's like, yeah, you don't like, like the portfolio isn't really important or whatever. I was like, okay, cool, the portfolio isn't really important. It was, guys. The portfolio is extremely important. She lied to me. She's like, yeah, you don't really need a portfolio. It's like, whatever. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. She didn't say that, but she said something along those lines, and it pretty much meant like, like, yeah, don't worry about the portfolio. Is just like, whatever, just bring whatever or whatever. Maybe not so bad. Maybe a little bit better than that, but definitely said she was definitely very lax about the portfolio thing. So yeah, which turned out to be a lie because apparently the portfolio was extremely important. But you know, whatever. I may have misinterpreted that, or perhaps she said something wrong, and she understood that she meant something wrong. Like she even said, "Oh, whoops! If I did say that, whoops." And then she was like, "You know what? Fine, I'll judge you on your enthusiasm." And I was extremely enthusiastic, guys. Yeah, animation was amazing. I studied animation. First year was alright. It was pretty cool. Made some cool friends. I don't think I had bad blood with anyone, but it was like, you know, like there's like people that I was good with, and then people I was neutral with. And that neutral maybe because it was bad and good at the same time, so it's just kind of it balances out to be neutral. But yeah, there was a lot of people I was positive with, and a lot of people I should probably keep in contact. They're really cool people, and I probably will actually message them and stuff. I have to talk to one of my friends who is super close as well. But yeah, so what? Like first year was okay. I got depressed quite a bit, like actual depression. I missed a couple of weeks at a time, like a couple of weeks from here, a couple of weeks from here, a couple of weeks from here. And I was working on it. That's when I first started to lose weight, and it was like cool. And the second year really, really messed me up, man. I got super depressed. I really hated myself in that year, man. And even now, like I can still feel the hate for myself that I had in the second year. Oh my god. It was really bad, guys. Like a lot of people, when they talk about depression, depression, like some people use it very lightly. I don't. I try not to, rather. When I'm down in the dumps, I understand I'm down in the dumps. But usually when I'm down in the dumps, it reminds me of the times I've been depressed. And then it sort of brings back that, I could be spiraling into depression once more. Depression is very hard. It's very real. And it's like, one of the things that has helped me to get over it is to pick and choose the things I actually care about. Right? Pick and choose. Like, I'm not going to explain it. I'll explain it in a different video. But yeah, I got super depressed in the second year, and I wanted to take a gap year, come back. Okay, so this is what I originally wanted to do, right? So I told my teacher, I want to take a gap year. I love this. I really want to keep it. And I wish I could go back now. I really wish I could. Even now thinking about it, I'm super sad right now because I can't go back. And I wish I could. For a bunch of reasons. But this is what I originally thought. I was in my second semester, like second semester, and it was like during the second semester. It was like midway through the second semester, and I was like, "Look, teach, I wanna take a gap year. Redo this year if I can." Apparently, you can't. Like once you get graded on the subject, you get graded, and you can only. And it's really stupid. Anyway, like this stupid system. Anyway, I was like, "Okay, cool. You know what? I'll redo everything. That's fine. I'm happy to do that." I think if I come back, recuperate, I can kick ass. And then I submitted a sort of not withdrawal, but put me on hold kind of thing. And this is what pissed me off a lot about the university, and not like the people inside the university, but like the system inside the university. I submitted something, and for 2 months I think I waited. 2 months I waited for the reply, right? I was like, have I actually, like, it's submitted for approval or some shit, and it was like, okay, cool. I waited for 2 months, waited, no reply, right? No reply. And during those 2 months, I was so stressed out. Like, more than I should have been. And there were a lot of things going on in family. Like, my parents, quote-unquote, got scammed. Which is, it's not bullshit, because technically... Anyway, look, so yeah, my dad had a lot of wrong information about the solar power company, and they effed up. Both sides effed up. I'm gonna play very neutral here. I'm very critical of both sides. Both my parents and this company. And then they had this thing where they have to pay for this thing. It's like 8 grand or something, and my parents do not know how to save a penny for more than 10 seconds. And it was like a £16,000 thing, when in reality it should have been closer to like 7 or 8,000. Like, where is this other 8,000 coming out of, like, your ass? Like, what the fuck? Typically, a solar power system will go for like 8 grand or whatever, but we had like, and then it was very con man like, actually, when I think back to it, which is one part that was bad about the company anyway. And they got into this debt, and it sort of overwhelmed me, and also, like, I was working for my uncle, and my cousin were there. He was like, it was sort of like, he was like, I was telling him my plan, like, this is what I'm going to do. This, and it was a very unorthodox thing, right? Like, my plan, and he was like, "Huh, I'm not going to let you do that," blah blah blah, right? And it was very much, why is he trying to tell me what to do? Like, why are these people telling me what to do when their lives are so fucked up themselves? It made no sense to me. And then, like, I got overwhelmed to the point where it sort of put me very, very, very much into depression again. And that was like, I think that's like legitimately the last time I've been depressed. Since then, I haven't been depressed. But good on me, good job me. But then it was like, the stress from everything got me to the point where I was like, F this, I can't go back to university. I'll probably talk about this more later on, because I want to, like, really, really hurry this up. Like, I'm doing my best not to rant too much, because this could be done in another video where I could give it the attention it deserves. And I dropped out of university. That's when I actually dropped out. And this is what pissed me off. This is why this is where it originally came from. I'm bringing it right back. It took I waited 2 months or something, like a month and a half or something, like really long time, for them to actually, like, be like, okay, yeah, you can come back next year or whatever, right? And then 1 week, not even a week, I think, like, when I submitted for withdrawal, and like 1 week later, they're like, yeah, you're withdrawn, here's a letter, like, through like a week or like 4 days later after I submitted it. And I was like, what is this shit? Like, I waited for so goddamn long for you guys to send back the goddamn whether or not I have a gap year, and you guys just withdraw me in a week. And I got super mad at these guys. Like, screw you, university, man. Like, holy shit. Like, and that's when I got super pissed off. I was like, F this, I don't want to go back to university. However, the reason I actually wanted a degree, and I didn't care what degree I got, was so I could teach English in Japan. Because you can do this thing where Japan, basically, if you want to go to Japan on like a working visa or whatever, right? You can have any degree as long as you have a degree. But you need a degree to get the visa. You need a degree to get the visa. It doesn't matter what degree it is, as long as it's a 4-year or a bachelor or whatever. And in the UK, it's 3 years. As long as you have that, you're fine. You're totally fine. You're solid, right? And I forgot, in all the stress and everything, that I forgot that this was my original goal. And looking back on it, I'm so pissed off at myself. I should have reminded myself every day that this is what I'm doing it for. I should have affirmed myself. But yeah, that's what happened. I dropped out through depression. Like, most of my depression is actually typically caused by my family, and myself, which then was caused by my like, it's a very complicated thing, and it overwhelmed me. And I dropped out of university, and I really wish I hadn't. I made a mistake. Not because, the education itself is important. Just a piece of paper that you would pay £20,000-30,000 for actually meant something. But, that was my past, right? And I don't like looking back on my past. My original goals were to finish university, work for 2 years, pay off some of the debt, and get married. Like, I wanted to get married by the time I was 25 or something, and then 26 have a kid, whatever. Because my I don't really have a dream job per se. I just really want to be a dad. and like I think I would be a cool dad. I don't think I'd be a shitty dad, and that's why I want to be dad. Like that's why I want to have kids, just so I can be a badass dad and make sure my kids are awesome. That's literally the reason I want kids. But yeah. But yeah, my future plans now have changed drastically. Right now, short-term goals is to lose weight and get a job. And then after I get a job, I'm gonna spend this next year making money, and at the end of next year, I'm gonna apply for an open university degree in English. Most likely, I might change it, but it's probably English. And then I'm gonna do like a part-time university degree whilst distance learning, so they send you the stuff and you learn at home and you do everything at home or whatever. And I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to work full-time at a job, do this part-time for about 6 years, because it's going to take 6 years to get a degree. So 2015, so 2021, when I'm like, how old will I be? At the end of 2021, I will be 27. Almost, pretty much 28, right? And then I'm going to have a degree, and then I'll probably either do... there's a bunch of ways that it's going to go. It's going to go... Like, I know up till then what I'm going to do. After that, there's a bunch of ways I can get married, because I would have saved up a bunch of money beforehand. I'm going to get married, have kids or whatever. Go to Japan and teach English, or be... Actually, yeah, those are the only two. Basically, get married and become a teacher, or become a teacher, get married, whatever, whichever one, I don't care, because they're both gonna happen around the same time. Do like a teaching course or whatever, and then teach English at a school, get hired or whatever. Or I'll go to Japan and teach English in Japan for a while, and then maybe come back and get married or get married there, whatever, right? As long as I get a job and get married, everything else is sort of irrelevant to me. And during this time, I'm going to be working out, I'm going to get fit and draw a lot more and stuff like that. There's going to be, and then, during the 5 or 6 years, I'm going to probably learn Japanese anyway, because I definitely want to go to Japan, even if I don't want to learn Japanese, and then I might go to Japan anyway. But yeah, that's sort of my very quick life. I say very quick, this is almost 40 minutes, it's like 37 minutes, oh my god. Almost a very quick, brief explanation of my life and my future plans. I'll probably take this apart and make it like, a bunch of topics as well. But yeah, if you have any questions, like, I don't know why I'm telling everybody what I'm like and stuff. Like, I don't think I'm gonna have very many fans or subs for a long time. But you know what? If you guys are new and you guys are watching this in like 2015, 2016, if I'm still alive, welcome. I'm hoping you're enjoying the rants that I am currently recording or whatever. Please like or dislike the video. If you liked it, obviously like it. If you disliked it, dislike it. Leave a comment. I would appreciate any comments. Like a good job, or your microphone sucks, or perhaps a question like why are you so awesome or something. I don't know. Whatever you want to leave. And yeah, check me out on Twitter, which I should be using a lot more one day, at Unreal Resolve. And then my Tumblr, which is unlimitedresolve.tumblr.com, and sleepinggeeks.com, which is currently where I'm writing stuff. If I'm not writing stuff, fuck that site. If I got fired or some shit, if I'm on bad terms with them, fuck that site. But if I'm on good terms in the future, yeah, go to the site, check out my stuff, give me some views so I can get like a raise or some shit. I don't know how it works now. Like it's probably like 2016 or some shit. And yeah, anyway, I'll probably make a bunch more videos on a lot of different topics, but until then, I'll see you guys later. It was awesome talking to you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Peace. He is fuck, as some people would say. But yeah, he was really adorable, and almost 3 years after that, he passed away, unfortunately. And at that point in time, I sort of made my life like okay, I'm gonna make a promise. I'm gonna promise him that I'm gonna draw, like a graphic novel or a manga that's at least 100 chapters or something ridiculous. And that's kind of like from then on it was like, yeah, I'm gonna live my current dream out because you couldn't live yours, kind of thing, right? So that was it, and then that's sort of when I wanted to become a manga artist. However, ever since then, I have this block that I just I haven't drawn seriously since then, right? Since I was like 14, 15 years old. And I'm pretty sure his death affected that. I'm not entirely, I'm pretty sure I had a big part in it, and it I don't know, man. Like, it's really affected my artwork. I think like right now I would have been so godlike in art if I continued it properly, and I'm still gonna do it and everything, but it's still kind of manga. In art class, this is art class. It taught us about manga, and from then on, I pretty much just drew insane amounts of manga. And I was gonna make it a career path, and I still might make it a career path. I think I probably will. I'll do like a self-employed thing. But anyway, and I started drawing a lot, so that's when I got into art like hardcore. I didn't really have any hobbies. I didn't do sports. I didn't do martial arts or anything, even though I wanted to. There's a bunch of things that I didn't do. But yeah, so art was my first hobby, and I was okay. I would say top 10% in my class or whatever, which is pretty good. I was like top. Okay, I guess out of 50 people, I was like top 5 or something, right? Maybe even above average. Okay, above average. I wasn't like Anyway, so yeah, and that's when I got into manga / anime. Really really hardcore. I started a Naruto. Got to like One Piece and Bleach and all those, and then it just sort of escalated from there. I realized I didn't like watching as much as I liked reading, so yeah, I just started reading, and then around that time, my baby brother was born. I remember. He was the most adorable little kid in the world. Oh my god, he was really cute. He was kawaii. Yo guys, what is up? Unlimited Resolve here, also known as Ty, bringing you another video. And this one's actually it's only been a few hours since a couple 2-3 hours since I did the second Unlimited Rants episode thing video, and yeah, so I'm back, and I have a few topics that I wanted to just sort of go delve a little deeper into, and so this is still kind of like introducing myself. I've got a few videos trying to introduce myself. I think I'm going to introduce myself for a very long time, and I'll probably put them up on days where like I don't actually have a topic. So yeah, this might come out tomorrow. It might come out the day after or the day after. It's like the Tuesday 25th. But this could probably come out on the 28th or 29th or even 30th if I don't have anything good for tomorrow or the day after. I'm gonna try and do like one video a day. It's kind of what I'm aiming for. I need to put on the light, so give me a second, guys. I don't think I'm gonna cough that much during this video. I think my coughing has gone. Which is awesome because I don't like coughing, and I'm gonna stop moving away from the microphone so much. So I'm back. Sorry about that. So yeah, I'm not gonna move away from the microphone. Too late, brother, and then that was pretty much it for a long time. So I went to primary school. Got a bunch of friends. Went to secondary school. And I think secondary school is where the story actually kind of picks up. I mean, in like primary school, the only like huge thing that happened was I got fat. And that's about it, I think. Yeah. So yeah, primary school got fat. That's it. All right. Secondary school, kind of a lot of stuff happened in secondary school. What was I gonna say? Shit. God damn! I had something, guys. I swear I had something. But yeah, so secondary school. Okay, so very early on, I think year 7 or year 8. When I was like 10 or 11 or something. Well, like 11, 12, I think? No, 10, 11. When I was 10 or 11, there was this substitute teacher that I can't remember his name. It was like something with boot or pen or something. and he came in and he was teaching sort of like a substitute art lesson, right? So our teacher wasn't there; she was ill or something. So they got a teacher in reserve, and he came out. And I've never seen this guy before. I don't think I think he was basically one of those guys that sort of just popped in just in case, like one time ever. And he taught us about too much. And I'm actually gonna put this YouTube thing down here so I don't accidentally click on it whilst I'm like doing a podcast thing. Anyway, actually I should probably mute it just in case. Okay, so I kind of don't know which topic I'm gonna do today. Right now rather. I have like a few. I have minimalism, art / manga, writing, health and fitness, technology, and future plans. I think I might do future plans. Or no, I know what I'm going to do. Okay. So it's kind of like a draw my life, but it's like talk my life. So yeah, I'm going to do a sort of talk my life. So as you guys know from yesterday's video, or I guess number 2 from Unlimited Rants number 2, that I'm a 20-year-old guy that dropped out of university, and I'm currently not in education, employment, or training. But yeah, you know, I had 20 years before that though, so I kind of want to go through there. So you know, I kind of grew up as the eldest son. I grew up. There was me, my sister, who was born like 3 years later, and then 3 years after her was